Okay, so looking at this cat from the Aristocats, there's an angle here. So we want to capture that angle right there. And then there's a big half circle here. So we want to make it about this big. You see it kind of flares out there, it doesn't turn in. And so that goes right through here. So maybe it's higher up. Then there's a shape here, round head here. But how far does that go out? How far? Maybe about this much. And then the round here, and it kind of trails off into the cheek there. Same there. The ears takes up about this much space from here to about here. And so it kind of bows out, levels out. There's an angle here to that ear. So maybe out like that. This one comes up from this point to this point, almost straight up. Bows out though. So it'll look like that. Somewhere in there, and let's get rid of these lines that we don't want. This is bowed out a little bit too much here. Then we come over here, same thing. There's going to be the middle, that's going to be the center line here. And then of course the little ribbon and hair here. And so you're going to have something like that happening. Come down here, that ear starts, it comes around here, it's pretty level, bows out, and this comes around to here. And so this angle is kind of slight. There's some feathering there. Same with this side. That kind of points upward. It's not critical, but it's good practice to try to get things perfect. Right here, this bow here, and then the shoulder comes in just to the right of the centerpiece there. Okay, and so the bow comes out about here, chest comes out about right like that. And we won't finish the whole thing. We want to get the face mainly. Okay, so then here's the midpoint. We started from here to here, this point to this point. So the nose drops in kind of like below that. And it's a rounded triangle. And then the upper lip, it's really important that the spacing's right. And so we keep that close. And it rounds out like that. Very little straight. It's almost like a full curve. Almost. Right here it comes straightened out a little bit. Same with this one. How close is the corners to the nose? So this is about right here. This one needs to come in more. Okay. Okay, so let's get rid of some of these lines. Okay, so the eyes are in this angle here. So it ends up right about here, or it points towards that point. Right here. And then there's this little cheek comes in. And that's really important because it gives a personality. And then you look at how much white space as well as the dark space to fill in there, and then that creates the pupil. We drop in a couple of eyelashes. There's a crinkle nose points. This eye has a strong angle here. It doesn't seem like it would, but it does. How far is it from the nose? It starts out right about here, up and to the right. This one you see it's really close. So sometimes we want to match that, but it's not symmetrical in this case. And then, so we want to make the eyes look like this. Kind of bows up. It's higher than the left one, quite a bit higher. See, if we go by the page, it's quite a bit higher. But when it ends, there's a lot of space between it and there's more space here. So we want to keep that asymmetrical, but it is bigger than this other eye. So this, you want to, when you draw on the pupil, want to make sure you match the white space. See, there's some white space going around that. There's eyelashes. Got that cheek. The end of the eye. The mouth, it kind of curves this way. And it's kind of rectangular. So you can break them up into shapes. You draw in the area around the tongue. And it gives you an impression that it's basically the shadow, and it gives you depth. There's a little bit of cheek here. Whiskers come out in this pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and they come out like this. And we could get into more detail later, but I'll do this quickly here. And you can see it's matching up. The end of this whisker is matching up approximately in the right area where this bow is ending up. Okay, so I'm doing this quickly right here. We'll refine it later. I think this might be coming out a little bit too far, so we might bring that in a little bit. And that's basically it. There's a highlight in the eye. There's not a big delineation between the within the pupil. You know, the color differential, it's kind of like a gradated color, but you can kind of create the pupil there. The nose probably needs to be a little bit smaller. Eyebrows. This crown of the head is too high. So we might adjust it. You can easily adjust it by moving some things around that are less critical. You fill in the details like that. This gets darker here. There is a problem here, and this eye needs to move in. I didn't place it in the right place. And the critical, some things aren't critical. The eye is very critical. So when I did this, you want it to, like this, right here.